Oh, it gives a little chime now whenever it goes live. That's pretty cool. I guess. Well, what's the cool thing? Let me know whenever you're ready.
All right, I'm ready.
Checking it out. Checking out the channel. It's on there right now. So actually, what I did was we got this thing streaming right this second.
What's going on, gentlemen?
So it's streaming. So that test actually worked. So I think I think we're live.
Can I ask?
I mean live.
Live, huh?
Yeah.
Can we get questions?
Nah, but so I mean I guess we are live. Even if we are not, I guess I'll still start the same introduction. So I'll just I'll make it a little lamer this time. Like say what's going on, guys. This is Chris and Sean. This is Talking Through the Media's episode. What is this? Episode 42?
44, I thought. Maybe 45. This is 40 something.
Yeah, we're live. So the cool thing we're gonna do right now is that we're gonna do this episode. We're gonna call it movie. What was that? What do we say we're gonna call it? Movie trailer talk.
Trailer talk.
So this is movie trailer talk. This me and Sean saw a bunch of trailers this year, and we there's a lot of movies that we saw that we absolutely loved. A lot of movies that we saw that we did not like so much, and just the other ones that you just skip altogether. And the first thing that we see when it comes to these movies are the trailers. The very first impression you might get a synopsis, you might just get word of mouth. Some people live and die off the trailer. If the trailer sucks, that's just it. You're not going to watch it. If it's the best thing in the world, you're going to go check it out. You might get a great movie. You might get Transformers. So, but the trailer. It's the trailer that brings you in. Sometimes it's the first impression that you get. Rogue One might be the worst movie of all time, but that trailer though looks pretty cool. So we're gonna run down a few trailers that we've seen. Now, I asked Sean, don't tell me any of the ones that you're gonna list off to me. He thinks some of these trailers I might not have seen. We're gonna test it out, see if we're on the same page on what we watch. So, Sean, give me the first one that you got on your list.
All right. So the first one on my list was a trailer for a movie called Flock of Dudes. Did you check this one out?
The Flock of Dudes. No, I no longer watch porn.
All right. So it's not a really long trailer. And I'm going to read you here the plot real quick. All right. And for you guys, if you haven't seen the trailer for this Flock of Dudes, watch it out. All right. So the plot goes, Adam is a 30-something-year-old man-child who lives a ridiculous lifestyle along with his 3 lifelong friends. After a series of events such as getting evicted from the house they ruined together and his ex dating a super successful famous guy, Adam decides it's time to grow up by breaking up from his friends. So
he's breaking up the flock.
Yeah, he's breaking up the flock of dudes. And I honestly, I thought the trailer was pretty good. And normally it's kind of hard for me to comedy's got to kind of reel me in, man, because I'm a little particular about my comedy, and actually I like a lot of stupid shit too. But this one I thought looked pretty interesting, and I imagine, Chris, you have not seen the trailer for this.
No, you got me on that one. I haven't seen Flock of Dudes. So is the movie come out yet, or is it coming out?
It's coming out on the 29th of September, and it says here, it says a little note here. Flock of Dudes is loosely based upon the experiences of the script writers, which is kind of interesting to me. So we'll see how closely they play this. It looks like a bunch of no names. Like you don't really recognize anybody in this. So this may be really good for them. Like it'll give them some exposure.
Like an independent film?
Almost, yeah. But like the quality of the filming looks pretty good. So I don't know. But like as far as the actors and stuff, like I don't recognize any of these guys. Like Brian Levin, Yoram Barzili, Aaron Fredman, Chris Leggett, Aaron Kaufman, Ted O'Neill, and Mark Manuel. Those are the producers, and starring Chris D'Elia, Hannah Simone, Hilary Duff. I do recognize that name. And Skylar Aston.
Is she one of the dudes?
Yeah, she's one of the dudes. Yeah. And actually, you only really see her for like a split second in the trailer, too, the Hillary.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Check it out. Flock of Dudes. It looks funny.
Flock of Dudes. Okay,
Flock of
you got me
Dudes.
on that one. But I'll buy it on your delivery alone. I'm not gonna watch this trailer at all. I'm only gonna watch it based on what you have just said. So that's the commitment I'm
So
gonna give
you're
you
not
to
even
this
gonna
film.
check out the Flock of
I'm
Dudes
not gonna
trailer.
even watch the trailer. I'm still gonna watch the movie when it comes out
Skip straight to the fucking
because
movie.
you're my trailer right now. That's what's happening right now.
That's what's
So
up.
have you seen the trailer to Yoga Hosers?
That's really the title of it?
The Yoga Hosers by
No,
Kevin Smith.
I have
It's the
not
latest
seen the
Kevin
trailer
Smith
for
movie.
Yoga Hosers. What is this?
The Yoga Hosers is, the Yoga Hosers is a Kevin Smith movie. Kevin Smith from Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy,
It's
Dogs,
a new
Murder, and
Kevin
Silent Bob
Smith
Strike Back.
movie? All right.
It's
All right.
one of his latest movies, and you can tell that this movie is this is the I don't care if I make money or not. I wrote this and I want to make it, and I'm gonna make it kind of a movie. You can tell right off the bat that this is that type of movie because it stars his daughter. I think her name is Harley Quinn Smith.
Really?
And
Is that really her name?
That's her real name. Yeah,
Oh,
Harley Quinn Smith. And what's his name's daughter? Johnny Depp's daughter. They're around the same age, and they're doing a movie together. It's about these two girls who are like clerks. They're just these millennial kind of, blah blah whatever kind of, I'm the most important kind of thing type of stereotypical girls. And they do yoga. I think they moved from America and they're now living in Canada. I think one of the things about this movie is that they're in Canada, and they make fun of that because they make fun of the fact that they say and whatnot, which Canadians say they don't really do. But but the weird thing about this movie is it's like just average girls working at a convenience store, and it kind of feels like Clerks 3. It kind of feels like that's the direction it's going. Next thing you know, you got Johnny Depp in an unrecognizable mask, and he's playing a character they said that he's played before in another Kevin Smith movie that I don't really recognize. But I think it was in Tusk, if I heard. And he's playing the same character, some kind of a detective, and he's trying to convince these girls that they've accidentally fallen into a secret plot of these underground little monster things that's living, I think, in their convenience store that they work in, of these living Nazi bratwursts.
What the fuck?
Bratwurst, like little bitty, all played by Kevin Smith himself. So it was like little green screen things happening. These little bitty bratwurst little things. And they call them Bratzies, bratwurst Nazis, Bratzies. And these little things running around. It's just Kevin Smith going, just chasing little people around there. Just, I don't know. It just, the whole trailer just turned from Clerks to what the hell. It was weird as heck, but it looks funny as hell.
Yeah, it sounds funny. And what's the name of this movie? Yoga Hosers?
The Yoga Hosers. The Yoga Hosers. So it's starring Kevin Smith's daughter, Harley Quinn Smith, and Johnny, I forgot her name, Johnny Depp's daughter. And they're besties, and they got Kevin Smith to direct it, and they got Johnny Depp to cameo in it. And they got it. So it's a weird thing to even, I don't know if you're gonna go as far as I did as far as saying I'm gonna check it out or not see it based on my description.
I like Kevin Smith.
Might want to see this trailer.
Yeah, I'll check it out because I like Kevin Smith stuff. He's kind of like one of those niche ones. Like you said, he doesn't really care if he really makes a whole lot of money, which he will make enough money to recoup at least. So
hopefully,
I think he will. I mean, he's kind of like he's kind of developed kind of like this big following now. So he's almost like the unappreciated, less violent Quentin Tarantino, if you will. Like he doesn't have quite as big of an audience, but he has a loyal audience like Quentin Tarantino does.
Mm-hmm. What else you got?
All right, so my next one was the trailer for Bastards. I don't know if you watched this.
Inglorious?
Bastards.
Oh no, I heard about it. The two brothers.
Yeah. All right. So
I only heard about this.
This is the plot. Upon learning that their mother has been lying to them for years about their allegedly deceased father, the two fraternal twin brothers hit the road in order to find him. And the trailer plays out like, basically these two brothers' mother was like basically telling them that their father was dead and all this crap. And it plays out, you can tell it's going to be a comedy. You can just tell by the aura of it. And so they go on the road and they start talking to all these guys. Apparently she like, dude, there's a scene I laughed my ass off towards the end of the trailer. But anyway, in the beginning of the trailer, they hit the road and they start. Apparently, their mother was like a whore, and like she was like sleeping around with like all these dudes, and so they like have to go from like dude to dude to dude to try to figure out who their dad is. And they're like, I think you're our dad. And you hear the guy like flipping out upstairs, like, can't be my son, you know. But at the end, let me see what his name is. Hold on one second. All right, so Terry Bradshaw, you know, the football player.
Yeah.
They think Terry Bradshaw might be their father, and apparently, I guess Terry Bradshaw is having like some kind of party or get together at his house. You know, Ving Rhames.
Yeah.
He's always the hacker in the Mission Impossible movies and all that, I think. Well, they asked Terry Bradshaw if they know this girl, and the guy starts going, "Oh yeah, she had like a tight ass for days in Iraq you wouldn't believe," and then like Ving Rhames is like, "Who's asking about her?" Because man, she was like the penis whisperer. Like,
wow,
yeah, it's so fucked up, dude.
I gotta check that one out. I heard it being talked about on Collider. They said that to me, what that movie sounds like. This is the second time. This is the second time I thought I've heard about this trailer. I haven't seen it yet.
This shit is funny, dude. This looks funny. I'm definitely gonna go watch this out. It's got Hansel from Zoolander. You know, Owen Wilson. And it also has Ed Helms, who was the really nerdy guy who got his tooth knocked out in the Hangover movies. So they're brothers.
Yeah.
So thumbs up. I'm gonna go watch Bastards. I hope we get a screening to go see that for you guys. That shit is gonna be funny.
It sounds like the premise of one thing that was with Neil Patrick Harris and what's that guy? The guy on the Chappelle show that got the daytime Emmy. He said, "Don't Wayne Brady." Where they were brothers on that show. They were half brothers, and their mother had a history also, and she would never tell them who their real fathers were because
she didn't know.
No, she knew. She just through the whole like first 7 seasons, it just wouldn't be revealed, and it pretty much came out by accident, like who Wayne Brady's father was, but it was a whole thing of why their mother would lie. So to me, that sounds like a movie based on that one thing of that show, but it sounds funny because now you got Ving Rhames in it. That's what makes me think about.
She was like the penis whisperer, and they're like, "Why are you asking about her?" That's our mother, and he's like, "Oh, well, we just kind of cuddled, you know."
Yeah, right. So it was, that's what it reminds me. So, but it sounds funny. So my next one is a trailer to a movie that I'm never gonna watch. And the only reason why I even watched this trailer, this is because this is the third installment of this trilogy, which I don't know why they even went there with this, but I guess it has a following. Bridget Jones's Baby.
Yeah.
I've never seen any of the Bridget Jones. I never saw Diary. I never saw The Resurgence. I never saw, and I'm not going to see Bridget Jones's Baby. But what I caught was an extended trailer where it gave you movie clips from the first two movies, and then I think they showed the first three trailers, or they showed a lot of scenes from the first two movies, and they kind of blended. It was like an 8-minute long thing where it kind of catches you up with what happened in the first two movies and what you're about to see in the third. And I watched the whole thing. I got caught up, and I was like, "Yep, I'm glad I didn't watch any of that." So,
nope.
I'm not trying to sell this to you at all.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
But what interesting thing I did catch from the movie, because I know she got a lot of heat about the surgery that she just that she had and whatnot. But when I saw the new trailer, and I had to go back and to see, because they kind of blended it in. It didn't tell you what you were watching. You knew you were watching it in a chronological order, but I couldn't tell what was the newest footage and what was the sequel.
Oh, you could tell which movie.
I couldn't tell, so I had to rewind. I'm like, okay, that's the new stuff. And it's not, and she looks exactly.
I was going to ask you, does she look different in the new one?
It wasn't even. She just looks a little older. I mean, that's it. It wasn't exactly the same. You can tell she's older, and you can tell there's work done. But I couldn't tell when it came from the second movie to the third. I couldn't tell which was which. I had to stop it and go back a little bit and look at the box covers and see. Oh, okay, that's the third one. That's the second one. And I was looking at her face again. I was like, it's not. People were just making a mountain out of a molehill, thinking that it was like a dramatic like change or something. No, it's that was the only thing I took from it. So congratulations.
So when you say work, are you saying that you can tell she's had like plastic surgery or something?
But that was that. Yeah, that was the thing. That she recently had plastic surgery, and
Oh,
people were saying people were like really trolling her, saying that it was like horrible. Like it was like they were putting side by side pictures, like it was like night and day. I mean, you would swear that she had like a race change or something. I don't know. Like I'm like, really? It's not.
that's none of your goddamn business, sir.
What you were saying was probably like her just getting out of the hospital or just recovery mode or whatever. Like the first couple of months or whatever, like the freshest it was, like you can really notice the difference, swelling and all that stuff. You probably was looking at that, but now that everything is probably healed and everything, it does. I can't tell. I really can't tell. I mean, you can tell, but you can't. If you didn't know, you wouldn't been able to tell. But because you know,
You're looking for
kind
it.
of noticeable.
You're looking for it. It's like that scratch on your car. Only you know it's there.
Well, you know it's there, so yeah. But that's mine. But no, I'm not. Yeah, don't go. Yeah, don't worry about that movie unless you're gonna see it. But you're gonna see it by yourself.
Yeah, no. Sorry, guys. Even though, true story, I love Renee Zellweger. Like I really loved her in Cold Mountain.
That's her name.
And Cold Mountain when she killed that rooster and like pulled his head off because she was that ornery farm. Did you ever see Cold Mountain when Jude Law, the Civil War movie?
No, I never saw that one.
That's one of my favorite movies she ever did. She plays like a farmhand.
My favorite movie was Renee Zellweger, which is always will be.
Me, Myself, and Irene.
No, that's probably my second favorite. Jerry Maguire. That's my favorite one.
What was that line? You had me. You had me.
At hello.
Yeah.
You had me when you knocked me up.
You had me at you have condoms.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, yeah, sorry guys, I won't be checking out Bridget Jones. It's just not my thing. I'm sure it's good for what it is, but all right. So the next one I watched was this was one called Ordinary World. Did you see this one?
Ordinary World. No, I haven't seen this trailer.
All
so
right.
far, we're pretty much knocking it out the box. We haven't seen any of our trailers.
That's all right. That's good. The more the merrier. All right. So Ordinary World is, you know, the band Green Day.
Yeah. I saw the thumbnail to that. And
Yeah. Okay. So his name is Billy Joe Armstrong. He's the you have the time. You know, he's the lead singer.
Yeah, I know Billy. Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna read you the synopsis real quick, and it's real short. All right. It says the story follows former punk rocker Perry, who is 10 years into his band's indefinite hiatus and is struggling with his adjustment to the real world, which includes working in his family's hardware store. Yeah. So when Perry's hotshot attorney wife and precocious young daughter forget his 40th birthday, his brother takes pity and gives him the money to throw a huge rock star blowout in a fancy hotel. At the party, Perry's punk past clashes hilariously with his middle-aged reality as he encounters crazy former bandmates and an old flame-turned-manager who offers him a chance to revive his stalled career. I first, when the trailer starts playing, immediately I'm like, that's the dude from Green Day. I already know that's the dude from Green Day.
I've seen him act in a few things. Before you finish off, I want to ask you just like two questions. One, did you see or do you believe there's going to be a lot of, like, is there other bandmates in there? And do you believe a lot of other stars from when he was at his peak? And by the way, guys, he's not gone anywhere. He writes a lot of
Broadway stuff.
Yeah, Broadway stuff. So he's Green Day, or at least him. They're making a killing right now. They're not.
They still sell albums.
But even without the music, with the Broadway stuff alone, they're killing it. So that guy has the money and the time and the power to do what the hell he wants. So I'm not surprised he's making this movie. But do you think there's going to be a lot of, or did you see a lot of cameos from a lot of stars or musicians from that time, like Blink-182 and all these guys?
I did not.
Do you think that's going to happen?
Oh, probably. Yeah, because they say, a lot of the scenes at the beginning of the trailer are him pretending to be like this guy who pushes his glass up. He's kind of like a nerdy dad with like the retro glasses, and he shows him like practicing a guitar in his room. And you think, well, maybe this guy wants to play music, and it doesn't really explain that he used to be a really big band.
And what's the name of the movie again?
Ordinary World, I think.
Okay.
Ordinary World, yeah. And so apparently his band is like broken up on an indefinite hiatus, and so he's now become a nerdy old dad who's in his 40s, and he's having a hard time adjusting.
Which happens to us all.
Having all of us. So he's working at a hardware store.
Yeah. So screw you, millennials. You're going to be working in a hardware store.
That's right. I thought it looked interesting. Now the end of the trailer when it shows them like like destroying the hotel room and they throw this big party. It's all really quick and flashy scenes, so you don't really get a good chance to see maybe his bandmates are in it. And now then again, I'm not so familiar with Green Day that I could pick out his bandmates.
Right.
Like, yeah, that's that dude. But I know Billy Joe. So
yeah. So you don't get like an 8 Mile vibe from this. Like this is like Eminem was. I mean, he wasn't playing Eminem in 8 Mile, but B Rabbit was pretty much.
I think that's a perfect comparison. I think that same vein. Now, will this be as good as 8 Mile? I don't know, because I actually really enjoyed that movie. So
well, I mean, it's not. It's kind of hard to compare to 8 Mile.
It's a different scene.
The character is really based on Billy Joel himself, but the fact that it's about a hardware store and all that stuff, the direction that his life didn't go.
Right, because 8 Mile, he's trying to get successful, and this other guy has already been successful, but he's going back to the real world. So.
Yeah, the B Rabbit story and the Eminem story is almost identical. The same. They could have made an 8 Mile Part 2 and just show him blowing up, B Rabbit blowing up, and showing that side of it. I still think they should make that movie. But
I don't know if he'll ever act again. I don't know.
I mean, he still acts. I mean, he did a lot of cameos and stuff, but he just doesn't. He like I said, he was supposed to be in Elysium. He was cast. And
I think I would have rather seen him as than Matt Damon.
That would have been interesting to me, but they went with the safe bet, the better actor. So, all right. So the next one that I got on my list, Bridget Jones. No, I'm just joking. Okay, so I got Luke Cage on Netflix.
I have seen
Binge that, and I'm going to watch it. But okay, so did you familiarize yourself with Luke Cage from the Jessica Jones and all those?
He's the guy that's indestructible, right? He's super strong. His skin. I know the character, and I've seen the trailer for it. I don't know if they released a new trailer for it.
Yeah, that's we probably saw the same trailer, just him going into a trap house and with that car door and just going in there and busting some heads. I don't know if you saw that one. That's the one.
I think I did. Yeah.
And there is another trailer out, and I don't want to watch it. I went to the Netflix channel, and it started to play the trailer number 2, and I'm like, no, I didn't even need to see the first trailer. I know that I want to see it. There's critics who've already seen Luke Cage, and they're giving it like they're comparing it to Daredevil season 1 and 2, which everybody loved, and saying it's just as, if not better than that. I think people are pretty much saying it's just as good as that, which is great. You don't. Luke Cage doesn't even have to be. I think if Luke Cage was half as good as Daredevil, that's the win. But saying that it's just as, I'm really excited about that. People saying it could be better than Jessica Jones, because people are kind of still on the fence on Jessica Jones, even though.
Yeah, I started to watch that. I did start to watch that.
You gotta finish that one, man. Because the thing I liked about Jessica Jones is that they tackled a lot of issues that kind of like you didn't think Marvel would go, like rape. That was like, I'm like, wow. We had a whole episode talking about the debate on whether or not she was. I mean, that was. I was like, wow. I remember watching that for the first time. I'm like, wow, we're really talking about this. And is it rape? But anyway, so so I'm excited about Luke Cage, and I can't wait to see. I'm gonna binge. I'm telling you guys, on September 29th, I'm gonna be right here in the studio, and I'm going to wait for that clock to strike midnight. I'm gonna have my nap in, my Red Bull.
He's gonna be playing Black Ops.
Binge that whole thing, and then I'm gonna do a true binge review on it. So, what do you got?
Hey.
Sean, did I lose you on the volume side?
No, it's we're gonna have to cut here for a second. The audio is going like you sound like a Terminator or something. I don't know, and it's been kind of coming in and out the whole time, but it hasn't been like really bad. But now it hasn't
been clear.
No, not the last 2-3 minutes. It's been getting worse and worse, and now you sound like a machine.
Well, let me do something here. I don't want to cut because I think. Let me unmute. How about that?
It's better, but it still sounds like there's something trailing your voice. I don't know how to describe it. It's like artificial and digital.
Well, go for yours, and then we'll continue, or we'll stop.
All right, let's try that. How do I do that?
Just keep going. Just keep talking. Go. What's your next one? No, your next.
Come on.
We're live.
There it
That's
goes.
why I'm saying keep going.
All right. Sorry, guys. We're having Google malfunctions here. Okay, let me see what that last one was. Oh, yeah. I know what I'm talking. I know what it was. It was the Annabelle trailer. Did you see the Annabelle sequel trailer?
Yes. Was that a teaser?
Yeah. It was a creepy little thing. Like, I think it's Annabelle 2, and yeah, it shows her like she's like having a tea party with the doll, and the mom walks in, and she slowly starts. You realize she's carrying like a crucifix. She's like, "Honey," and you see the like she's doing like chiropractics to her neck and shit, and then you can tell something fucked up is going on because of the sounds, but the mom's just like, and of course they just like cut it. And you're like, "Oh shit, what were we saying?" So, of course, I like those kind of those cheesy horror movies, so I'll definitely go check that. What do you think of the Annabelle trailer?
I thought it was pretty neat. I can't wait to see it. But look, I don't know if it's going to be better than the first one. I hope so.
I think the first one, man, it's been so long since I've seen it. By that damn doll. I remember it was okay, but I don't remember like it being really good. But this is the sequel, so maybe they've looked at what the fans have given. Maybe I hope to God they listen to feedback, and maybe they can fix this, and maybe this will be the Terminator 2 of sequels. We'll see.
I'll give you an update. So I just double checked the sound, and I think I might have been some interference there, but I think only you could hear it because I just played it back for myself, and I couldn't hear it. But then we have somebody who is watching, who is like, "Good show, guys." Picture kind of froze, but he's like, "It might be on my end." So Christian Madera, appreciate you for giving me some. But you know what? I can't hear it now. So guys, I'm gonna tell you right now. I apologize if there's a little feedback on this, but I mean, I only spent $5 for this mic, so. But Christian, I see you, buddy. You're out there by yourself.
What did Christian have to say?
First, he says, "Good show, good taste," and then he says, "Video kind of froze, but it might be on my end. It probably is not on your end." Again.
We're sorry, guys.
We're
sorry. We're working on that, and as we get more, we're going to be able to get a lot better equipment. I know Chris has got a new lighting kit, and we're working on getting our second channel together, which you guys are going to love. God damn, I want to talk about it, Chris, but I know Chris wants to keep that shit a secret.
And speaking about keeping shit a secret, the next trailer that I got, so you said Annabelle. So the next one I got is I watched the Amanda Knox documentary trailer. That's also coming on.
Is it a movie or a reality documentary?
It's a documentary. From what I can tell, it's a documentary, and they're interviewing Amanda Knox herself.
All right, so I know who this chick is, but for those of you who don't know who she is, who is this chick, Chris?
Amanda Knox is the girl who allegedly killed her roommate.
Allegedly.
She was vacating in what was it, Paris or France or something like that, or somewhere in France or somewhere out there. When she, I don't know if it was for college or if she was actually just living out there. I don't really remember exactly what the living situation was. I just remember that people were thinking, hey, you were the only one around this person. You were the only one that could have done it. You don't seem to be that remorseful that she's dead, and you have 1,000,001 excuses. But and the fact that she was an American in another country,
right?
Like made it a big deal. Like, okay, if she didn't do it, let's get her back home. But if she did do it, people were still thinking like, we don't want her to be. Well, I don't know. Well, I'm gonna have to remind myself fully like after watching it. But what I like about it is the fact that they got Amanda Knox herself, and she's questioned like half of the world thinks that I'm either I'm a monster and I was able to fool everybody, or B, I'm just like you. And the way she said it was like, and I was like, not like me. Me personally, I probably would have been found guilty. I'm just saying.
Chris is just saying it's got nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah, nothing to do with nothing.
I will say this: I do remember hearing about this girl, and I remember seeing her picture firsthand, and she's just like literally like stone cold and stoic looking. And then I remember kind of, when you hear about a murder on TV, they're kind of vague and they don't go into graphic, gory details or tell you what they speculate happens. They just kind of further details. Well, as soon as we know, you'll know. But apparently, initially they thought that this was some kind of because there was like 3 or 4 of them living in this like one little house, and they think initially that supposedly it was like a sex thing gone wrong, and they got too rough and stuff.
Which is where I'm still at, because whether or not that's true or not, that's all I want to be at.
He's like, that's the Amanda I want to know, minus the cutting. Minus the cutting.
That's my Amanda.
Once she starts cutting, I cut out. I'm gone.
Damn.
But then they started saying that the girl who was killed was a pain in the ass, and that she would like make a mess and not clean it and eat all their food and do all. So they think this was like a setup. And then she got, I believe, if I'm not, I'm sorry guys, I didn't do this research. This was just dumped on me. I believe they found her guilty. I think it's in Italy. And anyway,
yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
They found her guilty, I believe, and she spent time in jail overseas. And then they got the verdict overturned, and they sent her back to the States. And then her lawyer was saying, and then they reopened the case, and they're saying, we want to extradite her back here and charge her again. And their lawyer was saying something about the whole double jeopardy, some shit. You can't charge her twice for the same crime.
Literally, we were like, this is Italy. We don't have anything as stupid as double jeopardy. No.
So shit like that.
But at the same time, it's like, no, fly her back over here because we want to find her guilty now. Like, no.
Yeah. If I was Amanda and my lawyer was like, let's fly back to Italy, I'd be like, you can fly back to Italy.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, that didn't make it like no. I mean, the government would have to have forced me on that plane and put me out there because there's no way.
No fucking way.
That's exactly how it sounds. We overturned it, but now we want to bring you back. It just so we can find you innocent? No.
Yeah. Why do you want me to come back if I'm still innocent? You want to find me guilty? Fuck that. I'm
exactly.
out.
I mean, especially if she knows she's guilty. No, it sounds like they found the real evidence. Let me just not get on that plane. Especially if she's guilty, because if she is guilty,
you better stay home, Amanda.
You better not get on that plane. Don't even go near Europe because they're looking for you. But so all right, that was my third one. So 1, 2.
That's all I got.
Also, okay, so I got one last one.
All right, what you got?
I have my super surprise one, and I don't think we talked about this, but this is the one I'm the most excited about. And before I even mention it, I'm going to see if I can, if it's possible, if I can just pull up the true name of it. If I can quiz you. And give me a sec. Bear with me, guys. And nope. Here we go. All right. I can find the true name. Okay. Sadako versus Kayako. The movie.
No, nothing's ringing a bell. What is it?
That is the Japanese names, which loosely translates
Jason
to
versus Freddy.
Close. The Ring versus The Grudge.
What? This is a real movie?
The movie. Yes, this movie has already been made, and it's already out.
Ring chick versus the broke back staircase grudge chick.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going with the Grudge 3 version of it, because on the Grudge 3, spoilers, the original Grudge, she's still there, but at the end, her sister, who died in the movie, also got inflicted with the same curse and became a Grudge herself, and she had a different style of how she comes out. Like, she doesn't just like that through the wall. She had because when you said broken back, I think that's literally what happened. Like, her leg or something got broken, and that was how she was animated.
You sound like a broken bag of pretzels and shit coming down the.
Yeah, it was real creepy. That first one I liked. The second one was just okay. The third one was straight to DVD, and it was horrible to me. I didn't like it. But these are the Japanese. But it's based on these the Japanese. The original versions was movies that was made in Japan. That was what their names were. I don't know if that's the names of the girls. The ghosts themselves, or if that's the name of the movie, but it's Sadako versus Kayako, and that translates to The Ring versus The Grudge, or the Grudge versus The Ring. And I saw this trailer, and in my mind, I know I'm watching the Japanese versions of it, but in my mind, I'm trying to have Samara, the English version of it, and the Grudge, which is also still a Japanese villain, because I think it was an American, which Sarah Michelle Gellar went to Japan.
It wasn't the guy that killed his kids, shot his family in the house or something.
Yeah, he went. Yeah, it was something about like if when you commit a murder with that much rage, it trapped all that rage stays trapped in the house and all that. And the thing was, the weird thing about it was, so these people were being haunted by both ghosts or something like that. They were being followed, and I guess the 7 days was counting down, and the grudge was coming after them. It was weird.
Yeah,
so I'm
we're like, so screwed.
I'm thinking the whole time I'm watching this thing, like, okay, so what did you? I'm thinking, okay, obviously this has to be like students or some kids who were doing a documentary. Like, we've heard about this legend and we've heard about that legend. Let's go check them both out. This is all BS, and then boom, they realize it was.
They get attacked by, get afflicted by both curses. What the hell?
Exactly. either that, or maybe they had the brilliant idea. Maybe they got afflicted by one curse, and they was like, well, maybe we can make some kind of.
Maybe we can drag that curse into this cursed house, and they'll fight.
Make them fight each other, and then, but I mean, even if that's, I mean, I don't know what the hell. I even read the synopsis, and it just was like, okay, these kids are getting afflicted by
spiritual death match.
So,
ching, ching, ching.
My question was, how did you activate both curses? Did you go into the grudge house with the tape and watch it in that house?
That's I think that we're getting close to it. I think that they figured that the only thing that could kill something like this is something like this.
Something like that, yeah. But the messed up thing about this trailer is that it almost plays as a comedy. Or maybe it's just the style over there, because the style of this trailer didn't
it wasn't serious.
It was. You could tell it was, but the music that they used was like, it wasn't the music that we probably.
Was it
goofy? I think that it was meant to be serious, but I think their style is so different that it just didn't translate. And because there was a scene where the grudge was coming down the stairs, like crawling, doing her thing, and the tape was on the floor. And I guess the best way, like imagine if this is the tape, and all you saw was that grudge hand come down and like smash on it and started crushing it. Like at the same time that Samara was coming out of the TV, and the people that were in there were like, holy shit, and then the grudge was coming down the stairs, and Samara was out of the TV. I'm like, you guys are screwed.
Ding, 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 ding. Fight.
I was waiting for the scene where they were like about to crawl at each other, but they were both going after the people. And if I remember, and after we finish filming this, you gotta watch this trailer. If I'm not mistaken, I think what I saw at the end of the trailer was the grudge staring at the Samara girl, the ring girl, and the ring person girl using her power, like how when she looks at you, starts to mess with you and kill you. And I think the grudge's skin started to like turn black or something, like do something, like something was happening. I think a fight. I think when they looked at each other, I think something happened. So I don't know that, but after the Rings movie, the third Rings movie, the English version finishes, if they don't do this for the American version, I will be pissed, because that was awesome. And I was like, I thought that would be a good thing to do, but I thought about it years ago, and I was like, nah, I don't want to see that. But now that I've seen the Japanese version, that's the only thing I want to see is these two girls. I want to see somebody dumb enough to go, let's play this house, this tape in that house, let's see what happens. Like, I want to see that.
Hit the play and run the fuck out the house. That's what you do.
Well, no, that's it. No, but the grudge, the second you walk in the door, that's it. You're touched. Walking in the house, period, is what's going to kill you.
Mm.
That's the dumb thing about it. It's all like, what the hell are y'all doing?
Use a drone.
And I bet even using a drone would remember Sarah Michelle Gellar on the sequel? Or either her or her sister, she was like, the ghost dragged her in front of the house, like quantum leaped her right in front of that house. And she's like, I ain't going in there. Next thing you know, the ghost hand went on her shoulder, turned around, and boom, she's in the house. She was so pissed.
You dirty bitch.
She like, I'm not going in that house. Gotcha. So I'm thinking maybe something like that, because if they don't put like I don't know, should they put all right, let me get your questions on this. Your thoughts on this. If they make this into the English version out of this, do you make it a comedy or do you make it serious?
You make it serious. I don't think it'll play very well here if it's goofy. I think they need to make it serious.
I agree, because we've already done that on the
Freddy versus Jason and Scary Movie.
Well, Freddy's always kind of been funny, but
But I mean,
Not,
I actually did like Freddy versus Jason, but I do kind of wish that they had been a little bit more
do you
dark
wish
and scary.
that the Jason after the superhuman Jason, do you wish it was that Jason which we got versus the Freddy from Nightmare, the original Nightmare on Elm Street, that Freddy, the serious
I
Freddy?
wish that they had taken the Jason from part 6 and 7 and put
Yeah,
him in there against the Freddy from.
I feel like that was the Jason we got.
No, we didn't. We didn't get the guy. We didn't get Kane Hodder's version of it.
No, not the guy, but I mean the superhuman, the undead.
Well, he's been undead since like part 3. But
Yeah. But they didn't figure out like all his mannerisms until like you said.
no,
6.
yeah, I don't think that they really did Jason justice. I thought Freddy was better in the movie than, because they got Robert Englund and it was the same character and he's had years to develop this guy. But I think that they kind of let me down on Jason for that movie. But if they make a sequel to it, I will go watch that shit.
Yeah, Freddy versus Jason versus Ash was the idea, but
The showdown, and then throw Michael Myers and all kinds of shit in there. I don't care. I'll go watch that.
I don't know if New Line owns the rights to that, but that would be interesting. But I think that's what people wanted, but I'm thinking that's not going to happen.
No.
But Samara versus Sudoku, whatever the Grudge girl's name.
Yeah, I hope they do make it here. I watch that in a heartbeat.
I would have rather that than what we saw with that Rings trailer, because that looks like it's going to be terrible. It's too much like Final Destination now. That trailer doesn't make it look appealing at all. I actually like this trailer, even though I didn't think it was that well put together. But I still kind of took my mind out of it because I know it's the Japanese version. It's their style, so I don't know that much about how they make trailers. But I enjoyed it more than the Rings 3 trailer, the American version. So.
I thought the Ring movie was good, the first one. That scene where you see the that girl for the first time in the closet. Everybody screamed in the movie theater. I remember that. You're like, oh shit! This is yeah.
All right, guys, that's what we have for T3M movie trailer talk, and this was episode. I still think this is episode 44. But I mean, correct me.
It's 40-something.
So it's 40-something, guys. We've been doing this for a while now. Thanks. I want to thank all you guys for hitting that subscribe button. We're over like 820 subscribers now.
Yeah.
We're heading towards 1,000. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate our one viewer that's watching us live and keeping us honest. So
we hope it's watching unless it crashed.
Yeah, I'm sorry if my mic is bad. I apologize if it got distorted. But appreciate you watching this anyway. This was an awesome topic. We're gonna have to do this again. We're gonna have to binge like a bunch of trailers and just talk about it because I kind of like this topic. And till next time, guys. I appreciate you, Sean. You want to sign us out? It's all you.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you if you did tune in. Again, I'm sorry if we had technical difficulties. They changed the software recently, and we've had some camera issues, but we are fixing that. Like Chris said, we are coming ever so closer to getting our second channel in. And damn it, I want to tell you what it is, but I can't. So stay tuned to that. Click and subscribe. If you have any suggestions, you want us to watch something, talk about something, react to something, put the comments below in the box. Click and subscribe. In the meantime, keep watching the movies, playing the games, kill the noobs. Peace. I think that was the first